Greetings, YouTubers. It is... I have no idea what date it is. I think it's Thursday. 28th. February 28th, 2018. It's incredible how fast you can lose track of time. So last night was a little colder. It wasn't too bad. I mean, I got a little cold, but I slept. I still slept. It got down to 37, I think, is what I saw as the reported low for last night. And my daughter had the dog sleeping with her, which gave me a little more room on the bed, which was good to have. And that always helps me sleep a little bit. I don't know if you can see camp behind me here. There's a few folks. There's not a lot. Sunsets have been beautiful. I posted a couple of pictures and they weren't even the best ones. I've got some others. Here's our camp over here. Today we're going to run into town and get some laundry done and just check out a couple of the stores. There's a couple of solar places in town and I want to go in and see what they've got. I'm not planning on buying. I think they'd probably be more expensive than I can get elsewhere, but I just kind of want to get a feel for what's out there. And I'm sure they've got some sales guys that would love to talk my ear off and give me all kinds of information that I can use. So, who knows? I mean, if the prices aren't too beyond what I can get elsewhere, I don't mind paying a little bit more for services rendered. I think very often we get focused on the bottom line and we look for the cheapest deal, and I think we forget that there's some other intangible costs behind stuff, like being right here in Quartzsite, in a place where I could just drive for 2 minutes and have somebody that I can talk to and say, hey man, my solar's being wonky, what's going on, and have them look at it. I mean, there's value in that to me, and I don't mind paying a little bit more. I just don't want to be gouged. So gonna go check that out. Gonna get a cooler since it's not -6 anymore. I need a cooler, so I'm just gonna get a little styrofoam one. And we don't have much. I've got some butter. That's probably it. Butter. Some jelly, I guess, and we bought my daughter some fruit. So put that in the cooler and keep it. And then tomorrow we're gonna pack up camp and head to Yuma, and I'm gonna sneak over the border there. Well, I'm not gonna sneak, so FBI, and I say I'm not really sneaking. I'm gonna go over through the border crossing. I'm gonna show them my passport and get some medication for my blood pressure. I'm hoping. Oh, God, I really do need to get better with names. And Goodwill, I think somebody said it could have been Sandy. Somebody said, your blood pressure is probably going to go down once you get out there, and it may. So I need to get a cuff and start keeping track of that too. So get some blood pressure meds for now, and I need a new belt. I'm getting skinny, and the one I've got is getting too big. All good problems so far. And then we're going to head up to my dad's and build out the trailer and get that done. It'll be so nice to have that done and not have to set up a tent. It took us, I don't know, how long did it take us to set up that tent, Rachel? A couple hours?
Maybe an hour.
Maybe an hour?
Maybe
okay,
an hour.
That seemed longer to me, but maybe an hour to set the tent up. But that's an hour that I lost having to, put up a tent. And it was kind of windy and noisy and cold. So we won't have to do that anymore. Once we get the trailer built out, we'll be able to, just park it and fold out the sides and go to bed if we want to. So anyway, that's the plan. And then after San Bernardino and the build out, then we're going to head up probably the eastern side of the Sierras through Long Valley. My son he's a big camper. In fact, he camped on his way up here. He left like 2 o'clock in the morning, I think he said, and he pulled over to the side of the road and camped out. He's a bit of a nomad. He would settle into this lifestyle. He's already living this lifestyle out of a house, really, when you think about it. If you knew him, you'd probably get it, but his truck is already set up with a nice big 18-inch memory foam mattress in there, and he's got sliding drawers under it for storing all of his stuff. And his dogs, he's got 2 dogs with him, and they're wired in, and they've got it all worked out. And yeah, this is in our blood. I've never shared this with anybody, but my grandfather, my dad's dad, was he was a hobo. He rode trains across America. He left home, I think, when he was 13, and he traveled across America, I think, until he was 16. A few years anyway, and took odd jobs and worked his way across America, traveled, and so this is something that goes deep into my family. This is in our blood, and he wrote a book. And it's out there. You can search it on Amazon. It's called Bill Bailey Came Home. That's my grandfather, my dad's dad, and I think it chronicles his journey. Talks about stuff. And it's written probably the way that he would have talked. So it's not a literary brilliant piece of work, but it is an interesting record of his life and his travels as a hobo. So anyway, enough chatting from me today. We're gonna batten down the hatches here, grab the dogs, and head into town and get some stuff done. We're gonna do some laundry, check out some stores, and come back and enjoy the rest of our day here, spend one more night, and then leave for Yuma in the morning. So, all right, well, happy trails to all of you. I'll keep you posted as much as I can. Stay tuned. Later. Greetings, YouTubers. Just gotten back from town, and got a cooler, small styrofoam cooler and a block of ice, and got stuff that's kind of sensitive to temperature put into the cooler. Got our laundry done. That was actually pretty fast. First it was, I think it's like 6 minutes per quarter on the dryers, and I thought, wow, we're going to be here a while. But man, I put in like 3 quarters, so what is that, like 18 minutes? And I had a pretty good load, including some heavy stuff like towels and Levi's, which I changed into once I got back, and they were still a little damp, but still, 18 minutes, 75 cents to dry all my clothes. I think it was $1.75 to wash them all. I just, I'm a guy, I throw everything into one load and wash it. I think that may be a common practice for this lifestyle anyway, but that's the way I've always lived. So anyway, we got that done, and stopped and got some ice cream at what is that? Had a Wizard of Oz theme to it. It's rough to get old. your brain goes. I think mine's just shut off because it's finally out of the rat race. Anyway, it's a little place that's kind of Wizard of Oz themed. Toto's, something in Toto's, and got some ice cream, and we asked them if there was a place to dump trash here in town, and they said, hey, they're going to come in a few hours and dump ours, just throw it in ours. I thought, man, that's really nice. That's the kind of stuff that I miss about America, is that kind of willingness to accommodate. I mean, everywhere else you go in town, there's signs that say not a public trash bin, that kind of thing. And I understand it. I get it. I totally do. So it was kind of nice and a little bit unique to have somebody, because I asked them, I said, where can I go in town and pay to dump my trash? And they told me about a transfer station. I think Texas to Sturgis, you sent me a link, and I think it might be in part of that array of information, but I haven't absorbed it yet. I'm actually finding that I'm pretty busy. My days are full. I mean, I can't believe that it's like afternoon already. It was at 1 o'clock, I think, our time. Oh, and it's Wednesday, and it's the 28th of February. man, I have really just lost it. So we got all that done, and then we went to Tyson Wells. There's like a little, I'm going to call it a flea market / swap meet. Little rows of vendors selling all kinds of stuff. That was fun just to kind of wander through there. We pulled in front of a place that sold carved wood and rocks, large geodes with amethyst inside. And we kind of wandered around there a little bit. And as we were going into the back, there's like a little area out in front where they've got tables and shade, and then in the back there's a building with tables in it. And as I was going back to that building, somebody was coming out and said, "Hey, aren't you that guy that's in the Hyundai and the cargo trailer?" I was like, man, that was cool. I was really caught off guard. I won't say who it was. I want to respect people's privacy, but it was just neat to have somebody come up and say, "Hey, we recognize you," and shook my hand and wished us luck. So thank you for that. You know who you are. So, and we're only 3 days into it. We're meeting new people. Hopefully we'll meet some more here in a little bit. I think we're gonna chase the art crowd. There's a RT art community thing, and both Rachel and I are kind of creative people. I know you can't tell from the stuff that I've given you, but I have done some creative stuff. So I think we're going to try and find out where they are, and maybe hang with those guys on our way up to Coeur d'Alene if we can catch them. And just meet some new folks, make some friends, So anyway, thought I'd throw in another little update here. I'll probably stitch this on the back. I did another, I think it was about a 6-minute video this morning. So I'll probably stick this on the back and make it another long-winded one. You guys haven't had a long-winded one for a while, so maybe you're due. And I guess that's it. I mean, holler at us. I love seeing your comments, the well wishes that we get from folks, and the hearts and butterflies from Sandy. Thank you. I told her I think the butterflies would get stuck in our jelly. I thought it was funny. She didn't laugh. But I thought it was funny. So, thanks, y'all. See you on the road, I guess. Later.